Today, I want to speak with you about why it's so important for us to be thinking about our this concept that's going around, the concept of inner child. Why it's so important for us to pay attention to that. I mean, we are adults now. We don't. A lot of us don't want to be looking back and thinking about how we were operating as children. A lot of us might not even remember our childhood that well. It's important, very important, because who we are today, how we operate in the world, is very much impacted by our earliest experiences, how we view the world. Was it safe for us, as we were growing up, to be who we wanted to be? Chances are that it wouldn't have been the case. Well, at least not for most people. Being able to express your emotions freely is might have not been permitted for you as a child. So now, as an adult, you believe that it's not safe for you to express your emotions. Um, when we are when we are born, none of us are entering this world with programming. It's something that we go through and we acquire as we go through life. We observe people around us, the caregivers. We are very smart and actually very clever as children because we need to survive. So we start learning about how can I survive in this environment? How can I feel safe in this environment? How can I ensure that I'm getting the attention, the affection of my caregivers? Now, the way that you understand the world then, the way that you create safety, and ensuring that you receive all the needs, all the emotional needs that you may have, is the exact same way that you operate in the world today. So if you felt as a child, let's say, that you had to be quiet or you were not allowed to express emotions because it wouldn't be mirrored or it wouldn't be received well or you would be even told off. So then it makes sense that as adults today, you don't feel like it doesn't feel naturally, it doesn't come naturally to you to be able to express yourself that well. Now, how do you think that might work in your intimate relationships? This is why some adults have problems in their relationships, in their communications, in their way that they practice intimacy in their relationships because they haven't learned. They didn't feel like it was safe to do so as a child. And as children, we take on everything, even some of the things that might not be ours. We just view what our parents are, how they're operating, and we take it on. And then we become um, very mindful of how we operate and how we can create safety for ourselves. We take on all the good things, we take on all the negative things as well. So it's not who we are today, is a combination of our wisdom, our inner child, and the adult part of ourselves. A lot of the work that you can do today is around becoming aware of these split parts of yourself and these the integration of these parts. They have to come together for you to become a whole person. You can't operate from the place of a child that their needs were not met, and you can't operate from a place of an adult by ignoring that child completely. They have to coexist, and you have to learn ways to embrace that child, embrace their needs, because otherwise they will start to act out. And how do they act out? You might experience or you might see yourself self-sabotaging in situations and you think, oh, I really didn't want to do that, or I really shouldn't behave this way, or why do I not believe that I'm worthy or I'm deserving of this job that I've been looking for, or of this relationship that I really want to have. The reason for that is because your inner child is not on board with you. The inner child is not, it's not a metaphor. It is a part of who you are. It still exists within you. That's why it's so important to know about it. It's not something from the kind of far that we're not looking at, or we're not, it's done. It's not done because that child still lives within you. So you have to learn to bring that child with you and integrate them into your daily lives as an adult. You have to learn what patterns you've learned as a child and how they can be acted out, or how they are being acted out today as an adult. Otherwise, the child would take charge, right? Because the child wants to create safety for themselves. So they will start taking charge of your life, and before you know it, your wisdom knows the stuff. Your wisdom knows that, oh, okay, I want to do more with my life. I want to create something, or I want a better relationship. I want to thrive. But that child is holding you back because the child is feeling threatened. The child is the primary need of a child is to receive attention, affection, and safety. If they're not receiving that, the adult part of you is not going to be able to operate in a world in a free way, in a way to thrive. So, as much as this concept is overused, it is also a very, very important concept. It's one that you need to understand very deeply. It's only then that you can integrate these parts. You can understand your inner child. Okay, what does this child need, and why is this child looking for their needs in the outside world when there is a part of you that can parent this child?